Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Annie and this channel is very much dedicated to my love of all the beautiful things. So this is where you get to talk about them, I review them in hope to help you when you want to either buy them or gift them to someone else, or if you just want to chat about fashion and all those different things that we like to see or we like to have, or you know we just want to talk about. So today I wanted to talk about the Balenciaga extra small crystal hourglass bag. Right there, I already have it on display, as you can see. This bag is such a statement piece to me and I love it. So hopefully you also love it, and if that sounds good to you, please stick around and let's get into it. Before I get into that, I just want to say that I apologize. I have a stain here on my turtleneck simply because before I recorded this video, I was preparing the soup, and as I was blending all the ingredients, I'm one of those people that always like to taste what I'm cooking. I tasted it and of course missed my mouth and it went on my shirt. So if you see a stain on the video, I apologize for that. It was just a lot of hard work to remove turtleneck. That's the hard part about turtleneck. It's like when you have it on, you just don't want to remove it all the time because it messes up a lot of things, including makeup. So I had plans of recording this video, and guess what? I'm just gonna record the video. And here I am. You take it or you leave it. So let's get into Balenciaga review. Before we get into reviewing the bag, I just want to talk about all the controversy that Balenciaga had in November relating to the portrayal of children in an ad campaign. Well, the ad campaign was distasteful, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can just Google it. I actually got the bag a week prior to the ad campaign being released, right? And I was so excited about it. I was tracking the shipments and I kept, like thinking about all the other ways I wear the bag and the outfits, all the different styling involved with like wearing a bag. I was thinking about those and I was so excited. And one day I just opened my Instagram and I saw all the backlash that they had. I was like, ooh, Demna. And for those who do not know, Demna is a creative designer of Balenciaga, is the one who also created this beautiful piece that you see on display here. And when I saw that, I was like, ooh, Demna. To me, it was very distasteful, but I also know Balenciaga as a thought-provoking, or I would say, yeah, they push the boundaries. Balenciaga is very thought-provoking, and they push the boundaries when it comes to the ads in general compared to all the other houses. So when I saw that, I was like, ooh, this is beyond pushing the boundaries. This is crossing the line. And fair enough, they received a lot of backlash for it. So luckily for us, Demna issued a statement to Vogue this week. And I think that it's a good time to review the bag and also read the statement that Demna has issued to Vogue so that we see if they're taking some accountability for their mistake. So this is what Demna is saying. I want to personally apologize for the wrong artistic choice of concept for the gifting campaign with the kids, and I take my responsibility. It was inappropriate to have kids promote objects that had nothing to do with them. As much as I would sometimes like to provoke a thought through my work, I would never have the intention to do that with such an awful subject as child abuse that I condemn.
On it. I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Sorry guys, Siri was bugging. But the statement is quite long, so I want to continue read a little bit of the excerpt to Vogue. Demnas continues and says, "This is where my error comes in. That was my big mistake. I didn't realize how inappropriate it would be to put this object in the image and still have kids in the middle. It unfortunately was the wrong idea and a bad decision for me. We shouldn't have featured kids in images that included objects that were not related and inappropriate to them. No one, myself included, raised the question of it being inappropriate. There were control and processes in place, people involved, internal and external, but we just didn't spot what was problematic. This was an error of judgment. I regret this a lot. We learn from this now, and there are going to be closer and more attentive checks and validation steps applied before any images go out. For this, I want to say I'm sorry. I sincerely apologize for what happened and to anyone who was hurt by it. Because, I like that it's taking accountability and it also talking about checks and balances in place that they missed, right? Because the question was how many people saw this image and nobody raised question about it. And this is what we also talk about in diversity and inclusion training. It's always about, what are the checks and balances that companies have, internal or external, before they get in hot water like this, right? Because you want to think that it's not a company culture, because if it is, it would be very, very damaging to their image. Just think about Abercrombie and Fitch, right? And the documentary that you saw on Netflix. But when it's not a company culture, it's like y'all just not saw that there was a problem with this. You just went through the chains. And before they issue a statement, first Balenciaga was trying to blame the photographer and the studio who did the ad, but it was like, you are putting your name on it, so you should take accountability. And this statement from Dana that I actually suggest that you go read if you want to, you just want to be informed and you want to know that maybe your favorite brand is taking accountability. I definitely suggest that you go read into it. But for me, at least, the brand is taking accountability. And hopefully things like this never happen. With that being said, well, let's get to talking about the bag, because this is what we're here for. Ta-da! I like to keep my object on display, so that's why it's not in the box and I'm not doing an unboxing. As I said, I've had this for a couple of months now. So Balenciaga issued the crystal version of their Hourglass bag. And this is a little bit different. Well, it's different, first of all, because you have the crystals, but it's different from the other bags from the Hourglass collection as well, simply because you have a suede leather. So the gray that you're seeing underneath is just suede leather, and you have crystals encrusted in the suede leather. And if you take a look at the logo here, you'll also see that you have many crystals in the logo, except in the back of the logo. In the back of the logo, of course, you don't have any crystals. You just have the Balenciaga logo right there. Yeah. And it's a very, very tiny evening bag. I have long hands, but you can tell that my hands are covering the entire bag. Okay? I also like that you have crystals around the handle. Sometimes details like this can be missed when it comes to designing bags. I like that Balenciaga didn't miss that. And inside, you just have lamb skin leather. It's all black. Look at the interior of the bag. It's very small, right? And all you have is the Balenciaga logo embedded right there. It's such a beautiful bag. So I'm gonna put it back here and we can continue talk about it. When I saw this bag, it was, what was it actually? It was Kim Kardashian, who was the celebrity spokesperson. I don't know how you call him, but she's the celebrity hired to be the face of Balenciaga. And she had a photo where she was wearing the Balenciaga Hourglass coat. That coat is just, it's such a beautiful coat, and it's been around for a little while. It's a statement from the Balenciaga collection. So she was wearing the Hourglass coat. I saw it, I was like, ooh, this bag is gorgeous. This bag is just beautiful, you know? And I added it to my wish list, and of course, I had to, you know, spot the market and see where it was, and you know, look at the prices and think if I could get it on the resale market. Because I'm such a bargain shopper, let me tell you, I always like to shop for deals. So the way I got it, it's, I saw it in my favorite boutique, Carte Blanche shop in Montreal, and check them out, guys. They have a beautiful selection of bag, and they ship worldwide. So when I saw it on Carte Blanche shop, one of my friend owned the boutique, so I just texted her and I was like, man, I need this bag. And let me tell you, it was before Balenciaga increased their prices, because this bag retailed for almost $8,000 Canadian. And I kid you not, I was able to get it way less than that. I can tell you guys, I can tell you, but it was very, very way below that. So I couldn't resist. I just wanted to have it, as it was on my wish list for a while, and I love everything bling. I love crystals. I just do. So I went with it, and it came in the box. Okay, let me grab the box for you. So it came in this box. Balenciaga boxes are quite boring, to tell you the truth, compared to the other fashion houses. I think the house of Balenciaga has boring boxes. Excuse me, Balenciaga, but you too. I need to be honest about it. So it's just a gray box. You have the logo Balenciaga on it. Let me open it for you. And inside you have, of course, the card. It says Balenciaga, and you also have a set of crystals in case that I get to miss one crystal on this bag. This bag is so delicate. Think about, you know, suede leather is very soft, right? And think about having just crystals embedded in suede leather. So it can just easily fall. But I haven't had issue. I've took this bag to parties and everything like that. I haven't really had any issue. But I have to be honest, I'm extremely careful with it as well. It's just fragile, and I want this bag to last long. So I'm taking great care of it. That's all you get in the box. You just get all these different cards, crystals. Of course, you have the dust bag. and a lot of papers that nobody cares about. Let me close the box and then I'll put it back on the display as well. So this hourglass bag, I would say the original version with just the lambskin leather, was launched in 2019, and it's a bag that's deeply rooted in the code of Balenciaga. And the code of Balenciaga, it's very much about bold curves, right? Like think about the hourglass code. So that coat is so snatched in the waist, and then he expand your curves as he falls over the body. Beautiful, again, just the curves. And this bag also have deep curves. Like just look at the curves on the bottom, right? So this is definitely a code of Balenciaga. So in terms of the functionality, I have to say this bag is such a party handbag. It's perfect for evening out, or when you want the bag to be just as dressy as you are. It's like carrying a little piece of art in your hands, you know, as you're walking into a room. It really stands out. And when I got this bag, I was like, you know what? This is going to be a statement piece for many, many, many years to come. It's not a bag that's just for the moment. It's a bag that I can see myself in soirees in my 30s, 40s, and all that. And yeah, I just like it very much. And I'm glad that I waited a little bit until they released the crystal version. I saw that they also have it in black, and they have it in, yeah, in pink as well. So pink crystal and black crystal. But I did silver crystal because they just give you the va-va-voom, the zhuzh that a lady like myself like. I like that little unch, unch, unch. Because typically the way I dress is very simple. So I like that accessory bring out different part of me that's a little bit, you know, hidden. So should you get this bag, I'll definitely say yes if you want an evening statement piece. You have the choice between the black and the pink, so it's up to you. I'll actually recommend that you invest in this piece rather than having this Prada Saffiano crystal bag, simply because the crystal here are embedded in nylon, and nylon is not as durable as leather. Let's just be honest about it. And the Saffiano doesn't have the finishes that the Hourglass does. And one of those finishes is here around the handle. It's very simple. You don't have any crystals around here, of course, and you don't even have crystals around the little logo sign here. So what I would recommend between those two, it's the Hourglass. But if budget is an issue, I would say this, you can still get it. It's still beautiful. I have this for 2 years now. It's a piece that I love, and I wear this regularly, like more often than I do the other one. The other one is for special occasions only, and this one is, yeah, I just want a bag that I can carry with me that's small and that has more space. So this one is definitely more space than the other one. So when I'm wearing a denim or just anything, actually, I can pair this bag with pretty much anything. I go through this, but so on evening out, the other one will do. So that's about it, guys. This is the end of the video. Please subscribe to support the channel, and whenever I get 1 subscriber more, it brings me joy, and it also reminds me that you guys actually want to see these videos and you care about me making these reviews. So support the channel, go to the Patreon page and support it, and until next time, I'll bring you more of these videos this year. So thank you guys, and mwah, mwah, mwah. Bisous.